Hey guys, good to see you. Welcome to Office Hours. Haven't done one of these, I think, in a couple of weeks. Just want to check my sound. If you're here, can you give me like a thumbs up or a heart or something? Just any kind of emoji in the chat, just so I could definitely be sure my sound's working. Just want to make sure that that's active for you guys, and not just saying nothing. Thanks, brilliant. I can see some hearts there. Great, thank you guys. So good to have you here. Yeah, this is Office Hours. I do this as often as I can. It should be once a week at least, but as I said, it's been a little bit busy over the last couple of weeks. But if you're here now and you're in my audience, or if you're just joining for the first time, and if you have any questions about Substack, about writing, about solopreneurship, about coaching, about anything at all that you want to ask me based on my content and what you've seen me talking about, feel free to pop that into the comments. Just pop it into the chat. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will try to answer them if I can while I'm here. It's great to have you guys. It's so good to have you joining me here today. I really appreciate your time. But yeah, any questions, just while I'm here for the next few minutes for Office Hours, just pop those into the chat and I will address them as I go along. Tell me where you're from as well. I like doing this. So tell me what part of the world you're joining me from today. It's always cool to see where people are coming from, and lets me see that you're here as well. So just again in the chat, pop in the country or the city or whatever, or the state that you're joining me from today for Office Hours, and I'll read it out while I'm here, just so we can see where you guys are from. Someone from Cardiff, great to see you. Colorado, great to have you guys here. Brilliant. I'm from Northern Ireland, by the way, if you can't tell from my accent, where it's currently raining a lot. It's pretty standard. Have you ever been here before? Has anyone been to Ireland or Northern Ireland before? Just let me know that in the comments too. Rita's from Mexico City. Excuse me. Tina's from Sarasota. Good to have you guys here. Yeah, if you have any Irish roots, or if you've been here before in this country, in the Emerald Isle, let me know as well. Or if you'd like to come to Northern Ireland or to Ireland at some point, that'd be cool to hear as well. Maybe I can give you some tips. Sam's still from Maine. Glad you're still there, Sam. Beautiful, beautiful part of the United States. One of the few places in the States I've actually been to myself. Very cool. Okay, just as you guys are saying things like that, again, please ask any comments, or please ask any questions that you might have for me today to do with Substack. So any questions about your headline, about the format of your posts, about when to post, about what to post, how to promote your articles, how to post things on Notes, what kind of notes you should post on a regular basis, any tips for going live on Substack like I'm doing right now, how to collaborate with other people, how to get recommendations, how to reach out to people behind the scenes, how to get clients from Substack, all that kind of stuff. Feel free to ask that in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer it while I'm here for a few minutes. And just mentioning about coaching and about clients. You might have seen an email from me, or you'll get an email from me today if you're in my audience, or if you've seen it on chat or on Notes, that I have 2 coaching spaces open in June. So I've just opened up the 2 more coaching spaces for one-to-one clients. So if you are interested in working with me on a one-to-one basis, and you're interested in exploring that, definitely check out the link in the email and in the note that I posted today about it, and in the chat. I posted in the chat as well, in the How to Write for a Living chat space. And there's an application form there which you can use to apply for coaching. There's an application process because I just want to make sure that I get a good fit for who's reaching out to me, and that we're on the same page with how coaching works. So if you're interested in working with me on a one-to-one basis, and growing your audience, developing your personal brand, monetizing your Substack, or your creator presence in general online, definitely apply for that. It's only going to be open for a couple of days, and then I'll close it again. I've only got 2 spots. So if now is the right time for you, then definitely make sure you snatch that up. Again, that's in the email that I sent to you today, and it's in my chat on Notes as well. So these are the kind of things we'd work on if we were to work on things together in a coaching basis. So first of all, your message. So getting clear on who exactly it is you're talking to, and what you stand for, and why people should listen to you about those things. So I mean, something I did with a coaching client yesterday, which is great fun, was to kind of talk about this like ideal client avatar. Like imagine you're sitting across the table from the ideal person you want to work with. What does that person look like? What do they talk about? What are their pain points? What are they trying to achieve? And how can you help them achieve those things? So what is your message? Who are you actually aiming that message at? And what do you actually stand for? And what are you immovable on, essentially? So we would talk about that message in coaching, work through that kind of thing and workshop that together. Secondly, your confidence. This is a really big thing as well. So a lot of you guys might be really comfortable writing and kind of not being seen, not being that visible. But if you want to get more comfortable with, being on camera like I am doing now, sharing really vulnerable stories onto Substack or on any platform you're using, and just kind of getting the confidence to actually send stuff on a regular basis and put yourself out there in front of your audience. If you need help with that, I am the person to speak to because I am extremely introverted. I love my own company. I love being behind the scenes and avoiding the limelight. But yet here I am on camera talking to you guys today. There's about 40 of you guys here so far. I have a podcast. I go on YouTube. I regularly do Substack Lives. You might have seen yesterday. If you just want more confidence with this kind of stuff, if you want to know how to do it, how to build yourself up, if you want someone to kind of even take you by the hand a little bit and connect you with somebody else you can have a conversation with in a Substack Live or just kind of be there with you while you do it, whatever you might need, I'm there to help you with that as well. So your message, I'll help you with your confidence. I'll very quickly answer a couple of questions before going to anything else in case people leave. So Farmer Sam said, I read Claudia Faith's post about the summer stall. Any tips on pushing through and more tips on going live? I just started Talking Dirt, which is a great name for Substack Live for a farmer. Weekly live sessions with a diverse community under the agriculture and real food community. Brilliant. Yeah, the summer stall, and again, Claudia, check out Claudia's stuff. She's brilliant, and Farmer Sam's stuff too. In summertime, a lot of the time, once we kind of get to the holidays and kids are off school and you're going off on vacation or holiday, everything can kind of slow down. People just don't spend as much time thinking about Substack or about their business. They don't have as much time to spend reading stuff or writing things themselves, which is totally fair. That's what summer's for. Like you should get a bit of a break. But if you're trying to push through that yourself as a writer and a creator, what I would say is, first of all, lower your bar a little bit. So give yourself a bit of a break. So if your cadence was maybe publishing twice a week, maybe lower that to once a week in terms of your articles. If you were publishing maybe 3 notes a day, drop that down to 1 or 2. Try and batch stuff if you can in advance. So now in June is a good time before the summer really starts properly getting into gear. Try and see if you can batch a few things in advance. Try and batch a few podcast episodes or record a few Substack lives and then sort of schedule the recordings to go out over the course of the summer. If you have a longer article, maybe try splitting that article in half. So maybe posting one half one week, then the next half the next week, or both in the same week, but just kind of spread them out if that matches your cadence. Whatever you can do to kind of do things in advance and prepare stuff so you don't have to think about it whenever you're on vacation, whenever you're trying to take things easier. And you should never feel guilty about that. If you ever want to take a break and step away from Substack for a couple of weeks in the summer or whatever, don't be afraid to do that because people take a break in summertime. No one expects you to keep showing up all the time, 24/7, 12 months a year. Feel free to take a break if you need to. You need that time to recharge. And honestly, your Substack audience are probably not going to leave your audience. Are not going to leave your email list just because you don't post things for a few weeks. They'll still be there whenever you come back. They're more likely to leave when you post things rather than whenever you don't. So, if that makes sense. So don't be afraid to take a bit of time and just give yourself a bit of a break and try and batch things in advance. Hope that answers your question, Sam. Good to see you, Philip, if you're here. So another question was, from your experience, for those that offer a community element as part of their paid Substack, what is the most effective way to provide that? I just feel, I feel like just using Substack chat is less than optimal as a community. What have you seen work well? So from my experience, Substack chat is a good kind of stepping stone towards a more expansive community. You can definitely post a regular chat thread in there to kind of bring engagement to you. So definitely start with the chat thread. Try and post a couple of threads a week if you can into that, or once a week if your audience is smaller. But then definitely explore other options. I think the Substack will eventually have a more all-encompassing community element. I think that's probably going to be the next step for them at some stage. But definitely explore other platforms. Like I use Circle, for instance. I've used Mighty Networks before in the past. You can use things that are free or cheaper, like Discord or Slack or things like that too. Whatever works for you, whatever you can do to match your budget and your time expectation, do that. But definitely start with something small. Start with your chat. Try and see if you can get regular people showing up regularly to your chat thread. And then if you can start maybe even inviting people directly from that chat who you see turning up every single week and asking them, hey, would you like to join a private community space? Even keep it free at the start if you want to, and then may get paid if you have to. But start with something really small. There's nothing worse than trying to start a community and then no one really takes part or is involved in it or even says anything, and it's very, very quiet. Hey, to the person who just joined me there, Omex Intel, I think it's your name is. Yeah, try and keep it really simple to start and just phase into it. But I would say don't think about doing a separate community from Substack until you realistically can see that you would have half a dozen, 20 people within your audience who it would be a good fit for them to join, and they'll be able to turn up regularly. You're looking for people who will engage a lot and will start conversations themselves as much as possible. And School, of course, yeah. So, a big fan of School for community. School's great as well. I think it's a lot cheaper, or it can be cheaper anyway. So yeah, School's a great option for that too. So start with chat, move on to something else after that maybe. Hope that answers your question to some extent at least. Again, if you guys are just joining me for office hours, if you have any questions about anything, can be about Substack or beyond that, even about me personally to some extent, anything you want to ask, just feel free to put that into the chat and I will address it while I'm here. And I just mentioned again that I have 2 one-to-one coaching spaces available in June. So if you're interested in working with me directly, if you want to work on your message and your confidence as a creator and a writer, and kind of grow your audience and develop your personal brand and hone in your message and your offer, and really start monetizing what you're doing as a creator. Those are all kind of things I can help you with. So I mentioned your message, I mentioned your confidence, 2 things I'll help you with. Third thing is I'll obviously help you with your Substack publication. So growing your audience there, monetizing it, working on your paid tier and your community, as we mentioned there, making it work on a long-term sustainable basis. So not something you're going to do for a few weeks, but then just kind of stop, but something you're going to be able to do for the next few years on the platform. Making it your main online platform. If you've been somewhere else, maybe you've got an audience on LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and you want to kind of get going on Substack, I am someone who can help you with that. I can help you find ways to develop that and connect better with people and give you some frameworks and systems that you can use to kind of make that easier for yourself. So again, that's something I can help you with. And then fourthly, as I mentioned before, I can help you with your personal brand. So personal branding, I think, is so important. I think it's something that we all often neglect to really put time and effort into and think that it's just going to happen organically. And there is obviously a huge organic element to it. But if you want help with your personal brand and really developing that in a really strategic way, I can help you with that, connecting those dots so that everything that you talk about and create and share points in the same direction, and bring the right people directly to your door. If you want clients, if you want readers, if you want people to engage with your community, and we can develop a personal brand that's going to make that happen. Basically making you magnetic. How can we make you magnetic and draw people to you, but you want something to go to them as well? So you're happy with your message, your confidence, your Substack publication, and your personal brand, and many other things as well in the course of those one-to-one sessions. If you're interested in working with me on those things, then you will have received an email today, all being well, and you can apply using the form that is included in that email. So reach out there if you're interested in working with me, and we can see if there's a good fit. Great pitch, that's how it works. Thank you so much, appreciate that. The other thing I should mention as well is if you find that coaching is not necessarily a good fit, but you do want to work more closely with me in more proximity with other people as well, and you would find being part of a community, and I mentioned what my community is previously in this chat, but I have a community space called Catalyst Club. It's called Catalyst Club because it's for people who are interested in catalyzing their growth and their development as writers and creators, and they just want some help and some people around them as well to help them make that process easier. So we meet once a week in that club for a live session like we're doing now over Zoom. We'll have Q&As with other creators. We'll workshop ideas together. We'll do roundtable sessions. We'll basically just kind of work together towards our collective goals. It's a great place to boost each other. I've seen people sharing their offers and things like that in the Catalyst Club, and other creators and writers within the group and other members sharing those offers, and then that original person getting sales through that and that kind of thing. So it's great for boosting your growth and your monetization methods as well. But yeah, if coaching itself, working with me one-to-one, isn't necessarily the right fit, but you do want something in between where you're going to work more closely with me and with other people as well, definitely check out Catalyst Club. Again, if you go through the form for coaching, that will direct you to that if that's the best fit automatically. So you can find it all there, or just look on my Substack or ask me about it as well. Okay. Again, any questions for the last few minutes while I'm here in office hours, feel free to just ask anything you want about anything you think I could help you with. Ask me about coaching as well if you want to. If you have any questions about that I can answer, here, or about Catalyst Club, or about anything else you wanna drop in. There's about 50 people here so far, which is great. It's great to see you guys. I will share the replay for this session on the YouTube, as I always do, so you can check that out on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and watch all my other office hours if you want to, or my other videos as well. Okay. One thing I will say as well is that the next 6 months, I mean, we're pretty much halfway through 2026 already, which is terrifying. And the next 6 months, they're going to pass either way. And I said this in the email, they're going to pass either way, regardless of what you do. So you can either spend the next 6 months kind of just being where you're at, struggling with the same things, going around in circles, thinking that maybe you'd like to work with somebody else, but you're not really sure. And you don't want to take that leap. Or you can take that leap. You can work with somebody. You can work with me as your coach, or with somebody else if you want to, but ideally with me, because I like to work with you. You can make that step, and the next 6 months of 2026 can be really, really powerful, and you can make a lot of progress, and you can then finish the year having taken real steps and be in a really strong position to go into next year and beyond as a writer and a creator. So if you do feel like this is the right time, even if you're not 100% sure about it, but you'd like to speak to me about it, then use the application form, apply, tell me about yourself, tell me where you're at. It'll give you an idea of the cost and things like that as well. And then we can book a discovery call after that, and have a one-to-one chat, and I can answer some questions. And obviously off the back of that, even if at that point it's not a good fit, that's totally fine as well. So don't let it pass you by. If you think the time might be right for this, then definitely pull the trigger on that. Farmer Sam said, can you talk about uploading videos to YouTube? It's kind of wonky. It can be kind of wonky. The Substack live sessions don't automatically upload properly, or maybe that's just me. I found that too, Sam. I think definitely for some people it seems to work really well. They just do the live and then it just automatically appears on their YouTube channel. It seems to have broken a little bit for me in that sense, so I'd have to do it separately. But if you are uploading a video, the simplest way to do it, and this is the way I do it, go into the live recording, and there'll be an option whenever you're editing it to download the video or the audio. So just download that video. If you're happy with the video and there's nothing else needs to be done to it, then just go onto YouTube and click the create button up at the top right and just upload it there. And that's all you need to do. And then just do the usual YouTube stuff to kind of flesh it out, give it a really good headline, give it a good thumbnail if you can. Hire someone for your thumbnail if you're not sure how to do it. It doesn't cost that much if you're serious about YouTube. You can do it yourself and things like Canva, but there are people out there on things like Fiverr who can do it for a really, really good, very, very cheap price. So it's worth exploring. But yeah, put it onto YouTube then, and or if you just want to put the audio up, you can do that as well. And have like a placeholder image, or just have some slides. If you need to edit it, pop it into a free editor. I use something called Clipchamp, which comes with Windows, and it's free. You can download it from their app store, it might already be on your computer. and you can edit your video a little bit or your podcast and then upload to YouTube that way. If you do a live, it will automatically clip a few vertical or portrait clips for you using AI, which is great. So definitely download the best of those. Not necessarily all of them, because some of them won't be great, but download the ones that are the best fit for your YouTube channel and for your audience, and then upload those as shorts then as well. So that's a slightly more complicated process because that can involve putting on your phone and stuff like that. I think. Maybe not. Anyway, but do that too if it's a good fit, and give them a good headline. And always include a link in the show notes of all of that kind of stuff to your Substack or your website or your offer or whatever it is as well. Okay, I've answered your question. Name one thing that you focus on that is different. Thanks. Can you expand on that, please, if you're here, just so I know exactly what you mean? Just different from what I did before, or what everybody else does, or that kind of thing. If you could just clarify that would be great, and I'll answer that question. And then we'll maybe come towards the end of this session. Mark says, have a good Wednesday. Good to see you, Mark. No problem. Have a great day. Well, anyway, one thing I did differently from before, I guess, when I first started in Substack is I spent a lot more time doing live stuff, doing a lot more video. That's definitely, ever since Substack announced or introduced Substack Lives, that really made a difference, I think, for everybody. I think I saw a lot of people. Good to see you, Sam. All the best. I saw a lot of people pivoting towards doing video, and that was super powerful for everybody. So definitely, that's one thing I did a lot more of, and forced myself to get better at it. I'm much, much better on video than I was 6 months ago. That's probably from doing coaching sessions with people as well. But definitely practice makes perfect. So if you want to get better at being live on camera, if you want to get better in front of the mic, just do a lot of it on Substack. Just makes that so easy, and makes it so easy to connect with your audience that way. So if you're not sure about going live, whether you should do it or not, I would definitely recommend giving it a go, having a conversation with somebody else, bringing a friend to talk to. That's something I've done differently a lot from whenever I first started. What is your prime space of coaching? Not 100% sure what that means either. I guess maybe just what I mentioned, like helping people develop their personal brand, develop their audience, develop their message and their offer, figure out really what they're good at. One thing that I think I highlighted this in the email specifically, and by the way, isn't the highlight function quite cool now on the posts? I will help people see what they can't see about themselves. So I think something I've definitely done for my clients is to help them see what they're good at, to tap into their own strengths, things they didn't know they could do, until I help them work those things out. So that's one thing that through coaching with me, you will definitely learn how to do. You learn how to tap into your own strengths and harness them and use them as part of your brand, a part of your audience growth and your offer and your message as well. So I definitely help with that. But again, last call for this in this live, then I'm going to finish. So just one last reminder: I have 2 one-to-one coaching spaces open for June. I'm not going to talk about this a lot throughout June. Really, after this week, I'm probably going to close it. So if you are interested, if you're ready to take the leap, even just have a conversation with me about it, then use the form that's in the email. And I also mentioned it. Good to see you, Tina. Thanks for being here. I also mentioned it in my note and in the chat thread as well. So if you're interested in working with me on a one-to-one basis, apply using the form, and we'll see if we're a good fit. And that will also direct you towards my community Catalyst Club, which you will get as part of coaching for free as well. You'll get to be part of that community as well. But if coaching is one step too far, Catalyst Club is a good in between, where you get to work with me and a group of other people who are working towards a collective goal. Okay, that's it. That's all I want to say for today. Thanks so much, guys, for your questions. Thanks for being here. Nearly 60 of you guys here today, which is great. I will share this recording onto YouTube, and then I'll share that into the chat so you can watch it again. But yeah, thanks for being here. Check out my coaching. Check out my latest posts. Check out my YouTube channel and subscribe there as well if you want to. But yeah, thank you for being here, and have a great rest of your Wednesday and a great rest of your week. And be safe, and I'll see you really soon. Bye-bye.